I'm going to revisit our old area, and believe me, we're looking forward to partaking in a few drinks of some old familiar establishments, may I say. We might end up ending the evening rather inebriated, widely and incorrectly believed to have originated from the 2004 hit film The Football Factory. Its earliest recorded usage, in fact, dates back to the Traitor's Papers, first published under the instruction from King Henry VIII by Cardinal Thomas Wolsey in 1507.
Rule round 2, Mark 2.
Beaten out with a cup, round 3 we shall yield. But Dons get a lifeline when they play Chesterfield.
Forecast. Ballroom forecast. Ballroom forecast. Ballroom forecast.
We all know how difficult it is to plan ahead without accurate forecasting, so here at the MooCamp Radio Show we're proud to support the Bovril Forecast. It's brought to you by the lovely people at Forecast, telling the future, one cup at a time. And the forecast this week is tasting better when back in the cup, but feeling that you've drunk enough already.
Hi, this is Andrew Ackerman inviting you to join me for Groove Lounge every Thursday night between 10 and 12 a.m. on Seclo Sounds, playing the very best in smooth jazz and soul. Groove Lounge on Seclo Sounds and TuneIn Radio.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show here on Seclo Sounds. Good evening, I hope you're having fun. We've got a match.
Hand! It's home. I'm definitely going.
Hand.
Yeah.
Hand.
Yeah,
Any more for any more? So, what are we expecting? Are we looking forward to this?
Very much so. I really am, because there's always something about Oldham, because I really bloody dislike Oldham. You know, I love... They're like Swindon of the North.
Swindon of the North, that's a great insult. I like that, yeah.
You know, I just love it when we beat them. And that last-minute goal we got them by last year was...
That was rather good.
That was brilliant,
yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
And I hope we batter them.
We have battered them before, haven't we?
Yeah, we battered them 5-0 a few
Yeah.
years ago, where Daniel Powell actually played well.
We had a 6-2 at home as well, I think.
6-2,
didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember that.
We sacked their gaffer thanks to that.
I don't really
effective.
go on
That-
opinion of them one way or the other. I've been
That
there
was
a
the
couple
year
of
that
times.
we were making managers lose their jobs week
Yeah,
after
On a
yeah,
week.
weekly
yeah.
basis, yeah. There was a moment in that 6-2. It was one that I just look back on, and to be honest, I can still picture it in my head. I can't even remember
Wondering
which
how
players
they
there
won,
were, but there was a point where we were attacking with such finesse and beauty. It
What a
was
great
just
word.
stunning. Well, there was a bit
Fabulous.
We had 3 players running past the halfway line with the ball, leaving the defence standing, and it was just I just look back on it, and it was just like.
Do you know, the worrying thing
love
is that
this.
2 of those are probably going to be Drew Boughton and Ali Gerber.
And that's brought me back down to earth again. Thanks very much.
I think actually Ali did score twice that game. If
Did
memory
he ever
serves me
score
correctly.
twice? I didn't even.
Was that not the game of his spectacular overhead?
The overhead, was it that one?
I think it
so,
might have been.
yeah.
It might have been, but yeah, it's funny with Oldham. It's either terribly awful or it's wonderfully wonderful. So I dug myself a bit of a hole there, but
You got out of it.
No,
It's all right.
so-
No one noticed. You got away with it.
the 2 worst games I've ever been to have both been Oldham games. The 0-0, which was Ince Part 2's finale.
Ah, yes.
You know the
Glorious game.
you know the
Good day. If you don't
not-
like it, don't come back, he says.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not only
Tell
was
you
it
what, why
terrible,
don't
And he
you
didn't.
not come back, eh?
not only was it terrible on the field, but I was just going home and I heard Paul Ince say something like that on the radio, which was probably what made me, trying to get it out rightly, create that banner for Robbo. So it's all down
yes.
to Paul Ince. and
I
me.
seem to remember losing contact with my season ticket for a little while after after that game, actually.
Oh, I remember that, yes.
That
Yes, you
wasn't
weren't
your
happy,
thing.
were you?
No,
you
no.
you actually gave it back to them, didn't
Well,
you?
I followed his advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said, I shan't be coming back. Yeah,
Man's an idiot.
that's very true. And
Not you.
an unemployed idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was
yeah.
in the wireless the other morning, wasn't he? Talking about Liverpool and Manchester United.
Pretending that his opinions are
Counts.
cared about by
Shit, doesn't
anybody.
it? Oh, there's Stonehenge. I've been there. Sorry, it's half time. The adverts are on.
Incidentally, if we win, will that not be our 11th, is it 10th or 11th game unbeaten in the league?
That's a bit scary.
Funnily enough as well, Preston was the first away goal that we'd conceded in 2 months, I think.
Okay.
I reckon we will win that, to be quite honest.
I think we're
I'd be
gonna hammer them.
disappointed if we don't.
They lost, Lee Johnson, or whatever his name is, lost 4-0 to his father at home the other day.
Yes.
So it'll be nice to do
that's
likewise.
sick.
I hadn't actually realised how
Yeah.
well Oldham were doing. They're far further up the table. Than I thought. They've only just
Yeah,
dropped
they
out
do-
the
they-
bottom six on Saturday.
They do that though. I can't remember what season it was. It was a couple of seasons ago anyway. At one point, it was around about this time of the year, they were 8th, 7th, 8th. But points-wise, they were well close to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then the next time that you look at the table and acknowledge Oldham, they're right down there. You know, they're never noticed, which is why I want to batter them, because they're an inconvenient football team, in my opinion.
You are an inconvenient football team.
You know how to wound, don't you? That's,
Yeah.
Cutting remark.
yeah.
I'm having a good day. I just thought I'd blast it out there.
That's fair enough. No, I can't argue with it. What's our predictions? What are we actually expecting is going to happen?
I think it'll be minimum 3-0 to us. I don't think they'll score.
Oh, I think they will, but I think you're right with the 3. I can't see us getting more than that, so 3-1.
I think we'll win, and then we'll bring on a player on loan who hadn't been given permission to play, and then we'll have to play the league game again. But they'll not give us any points when we win the game. It will just be on record as beating Oldham. Now I think we'll win 2-1. I think it'll be another feisty game.
Okay. I can see it being goals. I just have this feeling that we're kicking into a vein of form right now.
It just depends whether a Phobie or Grigg starts. If a Phobie starts, I can see us maybe getting 2 before half time, 1 after half time. If we start with Grigg, I can, I'm not saying he's any less of a player, but I think
you are, aren't you?
No, I'm not really.
Quite specifically.
I'm a very, very big fan of Will Grigg, but I don't think that we'll have as effective of a game against them.
Listen to this. Will Grigg's not as good as Benny Phobie.
Oh.
I think it's probably right, unfortunately. But, yeah.
Is he as good as Bamford, though? That is the question. 3 counties have been asking for the past month and a half.
Yeah, this is the Luke and Jeff fight.
Now, someone's put a picture up of Rob on Facebook. He's looking all wet and damp. I'm going to lift that up so you can see it. Look, got his little scarf
And
on.
the listeners at
Could you-
home are
could you
currently
move-
enjoying this picture.
Just move it a bit closer to the microphone, John, please, so everybody can see.
I feel a bit sorry for him there. Little face there, all damp and stuff. Good luck to him. Anyway, move on.
Yeah, I think we probably should, shouldn't we? It must be time. Let me just check. Where is it?
That thing.
Where's that thing? Where are we? Right, we're not there. I've turned over too many pages. I'm just trying to get
On
ahead of
page
myself.
7.
And it's all gone horribly wrong. Right, in that case, it must be time to say this. You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Seclo Sounds. And Seclo Sounds exists to provide... or to bring people and communities together. Seclo Sounds exists to bring people... I say this bit every week. Seclo Sounds exists to bring people and communities together to celebrate all that's best about the city. We produce a variety of music and speech programmes produced by local people, and we're run by over 60 volunteers. There's always room for more. So if you've got a programme idea or a skill that you want to offer, or you can speak and read from a script, send an email to volunteers@seclosounds.org. You can find out more about the show, the station, and other shows that we produce here by visiting www.seclosounds.org. You know that bit of the show, John, where we always go, "This is you."
Where are we? Oh, what's next? Sorry, I'm watching the telly again. How exciting is that? Anyway, sorry.
Very.
We've got more from the question of the week. We'll hear your pitiful guesses at the roundabout, and we'll get the roundup of what everyone's been saying about us once again. We'll also be joined by none other than Mr. Adam Faiers. Fingers crossed on that one. Him from the SA, that's a bloke, as he's got some important stuff to talk about, and you may continue to perch on the edge of your seat, hoping that I will stop watching the telly.
This just in. Following the precedent set in forcing a replay of the Chesterfield Cup match, this new approach to punishing offenders has been embraced by the FA and will be applicable from each club's next cup game. Under the new, exciting and totally fair regulations, each time a visiting team concede a penalty or have a player booked, each home team supporter in the ground will automatically have a £10 deducted from their bank account. This will rise to 25 if a player receives a second yellow and 50 for a straight red. The FA believe that the punishment this dishes out to the visiting team will make them think again before being beastly and expect that the return to traditional footballing values will begin forthwith. More on this once we've changed our bank details.
I've got some more texts. We really need the Twittersphere to liven up a little bit. But the phonosphere is live. And Nessie from West Bletchley has texted in to ask whether the MooCamp Radio Show will be doing a Christmas special this year, as you didn't do one last year when you probably should have. Simple answer, Nessie. No. Nathan Johnson from Ofcom has texted in to ask whether we're sure that we want to go for an FM licence, as refusals have been known to cause offence. Laurie from Pear Tree Bridge texts in to ask if we have any badges, as he's not got any and thinks that he should have. If so, could we give him some? That would be great. Sarah from Oxley Park texts in to say Happy Christmas, which is rather sweet of her. It's a little less sweet than when you realise that she sends you the same text every single week, but at least 1 week a year is relevant. Stops clock and all that, etc. And Melanie from Downshead Park texts in to ask why she's not been seeing Mark Randall much at the minute. She asks if he's injured or whether he has been suspended by the FA to punish his former club, Chesterfield.
Excellent. I've got a few others that are flying around on the Twitter sphere.
Oh, it's live.
Cowshed Dan says, I hope we batter them as well. Outside pub team, they have the most abusive fans in my timelines. And also said, inconvenient is spot on. So, I mean, that's the Oldham, the inconvenient club.
What Cowshed Dan is this? Can you read his @ out?
This is at Cowshed Dan.
Oh, okay.
That was where I was hinting at that.
I know about 7 or 8 Dans at Don's. So
and there's a Dippy Dan and there's a Lieutenant
Dan. Yeah, I was
going
to say, if it's Dippy, then bloody hell, we agree with each other.
Yeah, okay. Just another couple of bits. Paul Harris says, perhaps it's not feedback. Oh no, he says there's a little bit of feedback and then perhaps not feedback, but a bit of interference. So that's, yes, that's exciting. Can you let people know how they can get in touch with us, please, Modders?
Yep, you can contact us by overloading your house's electricity supply by trying to outdo the neighbours on the amount of rooftop reindeer you've got, or by screwing every sinew in your body up whilst wishing really, really hard that everything you've got at Christmas you can still have hold of at the end of January. Alternatively, you can use more conventional methods. You can contact us on Facebook at facebook.com/the MooCamp. You can tweet us using the hashtag the MooCamp during the show. You can email radio@moocamp.com. You can text 80085, but remember to start your message with, do they know it's Christmas time at all, or else it won't reach us? Or you can text direct to the studio on 07848 930 396.
Excellent. Question of the week. We've got a few updates coming in. Carl from MK1 said, just to reiterate, the question of the week was, what would you be asking Santa to bring the Dons this Christmas? And answers we've had. Carl from MK1 says, a nice weekend off after the new year. Dull for that one. Ian from MK1 says, a busy weekend after New Year. Hint gaffer. Dano MK says, keep the momentum, please. I think we're on it this season. Hashtag come on MK. Sue W says, just no injuries. Lieutenant Dan says, a free Nando's just like everybody else in Milton Keynes. Does that mean restaurant-wise? Are we actually getting enough so we can actually have a restaurant each?
Yeah, probably.
And James Darcy says, Grig, a phobie, and a playoff final win at Wembley. Interesting one. Okay, have we got any roundabouts come in so far?
Yep, we have. We've got a veritable smattering
Shall I
of
press
answers.
the roundabout
Yeah,
instead of that?
do,
Yeah, that's probably a better idea, isn't it? Go on, you carry on.
Okay, a veritable smattering of answers coming in. So here's a selection. Cowshen Colin asks, is it the magic roundabout? No, Colin, because that's ineligible.
Swindon.
Chloe from Crown Hill says it's Blue Bridge, that's easy. Sorry, obviously not easy enough, so keep trying, Chloe. And Iron from Utrecht says, we don't sound like that at all. What a pathetic excuse and impersonation. Well, thanks for that, Iron. Thank you very much, Iron. Vrolik Korsfest from all of us here.
Keep your answers coming in via the usual channels. Yes, just do it, please.
Hello. As you should know by now, the Dons are undoubtedly the most popular club in the country, and Peter Winky Winkleman is not only the most popular chairman in the lower leagues, he is possibly the most popular man in football, but just how widespread is Winky's fame, and who exactly loves Winky? We've carried out some extensive research this week, and we can now